this episode, we leave Lac La Hache, British Columbia, and make our way towards Whistler Mountain. We're enjoying our time in British Columbia, Canada, as we continue to get possible flooding alerts on our phones. For those of you new to the channel, we are Bob and Angie, and we are traveling through Canada in our Eagle Cap 1165 truck camper and our Chevy 5500 pickup truck. We're traveling with our dear friends, Ted and Sandy, who are enjoying this amazing adventure along with us. As we continue on Highway 97, which is known as the Caribou Highway, we see below us the town of 100 Mile House. It has an estimated population of 1,928 residents, and it sits at an elevation of 3,050 feet. Do you happen to see what town this is? Is this 100 Mile House? Yes, it is. As we pass the visitor center, we notice the 39-foot, 12-meter-long cross-country skis. Yesterday morning we left Blue Cedars Campground in Prince George and made our way on, it's still 97, right? And we're headed towards Williams Lake when we were getting notifications over our phones for potential floodings of the Chilcotin River into the Fraser River down to Hope, Canada.
Yeah, what happened was, I guess they had a wildfire about a year ago. They had a landslide again, and this time it didn't cover a road, it covered the river. And there was some pictures of the river, maybe Nancy can put that up. But there's, what was happening is the water was getting backed up, of course, but it was also getting backed up at one of the major dams. And we were going to stay in that area. I have a GPS watch for elevation and stuff. I looked to where the elevation of where the flooding was going to happen, and as we drove, I could see that where we were staying, the elevation was almost 1,000 feet. So I told Ange if she was comfortable with it, that we should just continue with our plans. But
yeah, so 1,000 feet above where the flooding was to occur.
Yeah. So I felt very comfortable with that, and so far there hasn't been any flooding yet. So they said it could take anywhere from 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far this is now the following day. We're headed down towards Whistler Mountain in Canada. So far so good. But there's one thing I've learned with all the years of us traveling. Not only do you need to have a little bit of knowledge of carpentry and plumbing and electrical and mechanics, and you carry tools, to fix stuff on the way. You should have some safety stuff as well, kind of keep track of your elevations. And we actually have a weather band station on our CB radio, so if anything does happen and we are within the vicinity, it'll come over our CB. And we also carry a satellite phone just in case. There's been so many times on this trip we haven't had cell service or Wi-Fi or any of that. So over the years we have learned that each time you need more and more knowledge, but you just got to keep track of what's going on around you.
Yeah, and we watch the weather days in advance too. I know the weather changes at the drop of a hat, but at least we have some idea of what kind of weather we may encounter. And plus, you having your watch that shows the elevation is a huge help.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely does help and has helped over the years. But like I said, I mean, you learn this stuff over time. And, we've been doing this for 24 years, full time for the past probably 7 years anyway. 8 months out of the year we're traveling, so 4 months out of the year we're with family.
So we're a little seasoned. We still run into complications and some questions that we still need answered.
And learn every day.
Every day we
learn something new every single day. And I thank God for that.
Absolutely.
But, one of the biggest things with our traveling and, staying in remote areas is, you just have to do your research. And, as you know, we're strong believers in God. And He's definitely taken care of us on this trip through Alaska for 3 months.
Absolutely.
Between the weather, the mosquitoes, the rain, I mean, all the research we did in 2 years. And, we bought boots and rain gear and mosquito nets and mosquito repellent, and I haven't had to use any of them except for a rain jacket.
And we've had to use your mosquito.
Oh yeah, but that's something that we've carried, that we've had for years.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all the stuff we got above and beyond because we were going to Alaska.
Right.
So, and it's good to be prepared. It's not like that stuff's expensive. If you do come up here, I highly recommend anybody that wants to travel to, spend time in Canada and in Alaska. Canada, the provincial parks in Canada are amazing.
They are.
We've been through 3 or 4 of them where they're free firewood.
Yeah.
And it's $20, $18, $20 a night. I think the most expensive we did pay was $32.
At a provincial park,
Yeah.
27.
27. Yes.
They range between $15 Canadian dollars to $27, and then there are also free recreational areas where camping is permitted.
Yeah, and the other thing, we've been pretty blessed with the rate. So the rate's $1.38, was $1.41 for a minute or two, but
Conversion from U.S. dollars to Canadian dollars.
yeah, sorry. So we found stuff to be really reasonable at the gas station. I use Blue Def for this truck. I've never had an issue with Blue Def, and I actually bought 2 of them for 14 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
That's like unheard of. In the States, it's like between 21 and 23, depending on where you're at. So we've been blessed that way too on this trip. The fuel prices, they were about $5 and change a gallon. Everybody thought that it would be. So yeah, it's been amazing, and it's sad that it's almost over. We only got about 9 more days, 10 more days, and we'll be crossing the border into Washington. But yeah,
Surprising.
yeah, it's been absolutely amazing though. And
Yes, but
yeah,
trip of a lifetime.
just makes us want to do more.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia's and Newfoundland is on our radar, and I've done some research on that, and I am pretty confident that we'll be able to do that as well. A lot of ferries involved with that one, which we enjoy. So, yeah.
Today is a drive day for us, and the views that you're going to see are going to be spectacular. We begin with mountains on each side with beautiful valleys in between us, but the scenery will change drastically as we head towards Highway 99.
Looking more and more like Wyoming.
Yeah. Wyoming is definitely a beautiful state. Canada has a little bit of it all, doesn't it? The village of Clinton has approximately 568 residents and sits at an elevation of 2,911 feet. Looking for a fuel stop? Or 887 meters. According to the milepost, Clinton sits on the 47-mile roadhouse, which was a gold rush settlement on the Caribou Wagon Road from the town of Lillooet. Clinton claims to hold the oldest continuously held event of its kind in Canada, the Clinton Ball, which is held annually since 1868 during Heritage Week in the month of May. Yeah, there was another one. This looks like salt. I'll have to check the milepost and verify. Salt pond. If you happen to know what this is, please leave it in the comments.
I smell that sulfur. Woof.
Ooh, doggies.
Smell it?
Mm-hmm. As we leave the village of Clinton, the landscape opens into wide plateaus and open grasslands dotted with sagebrush and ranch fences, giving a sense of the caribou's frontier character. The terrain is gentle at first, with forested ridges of lodge pine and stretches of farmland. It is quite beautiful to behold. Every turn, it's so different. The way the sun is shining, I'm not getting a good video. I don't know.
Recording.
Yep. That lush green grass at the bottom of that mountain. We enjoy the last looks at these beautiful, lush fields as we prepare to leave the Caribou Highway. So we're leaving 97 and we're getting on 99 South. As we head south, the road will begin to climb and wind into higher, steeper terrain. The scenery quickly transforms into rugged mountainsides, with the pavement hugging steep cliffs and dropping sharply into deep valleys. Panoramic views appear around every bend. Expansive vistas of the Fraser Canyon will be seen shortly, with rugged bluffs and rolling slopes, painted with gold and green depending on the season. It's time for a break.
Well, Whistler's right at the right here. I mean, we're like 30 miles from Whistler. So
I got a buddy. Decided to land on me. We discuss possible plans for camping while in Whistler, while getting a sneak peek at the pristine turquoise-colored waters of Pavilion Lake.
If it's shaded, it's not.
yeah,
It's just a shade.
the water's really nice too.
Another gorgeous, looks like a glacier-fed lake, but I don't know. She's beautiful.
Oh wow, there's a house on that island. How cool is that?
Pavilion Lake, with its turquoise waters, stands out brilliantly against the dry hillsides, surrounded by unique limestone formations and sparse forests. This lake is famous for its rare microbialites, giving it an incredible beauty. Hang on to your hats, folks. It's hard to even imagine the stunning views we're fixing to come upon beyond these beautiful pines. We had never imagined the Fraser River Valley to look like this. Absolutely mind-blowing. As we drop into the Fraser River Valley, the landscape transforms again. The descent toward Lillooet is one of the most dramatic in southern BC. The road winds down steep mountainsides with sweeping views of the Fraser River far below. Its deep canyon walls carved in shades of brown, gold, and gray. On clear days, the valley glows with sunlight, contrasting the bright green of irrigated fields with the dry, rocky slopes. It's amazing how the ground beside us just opens up, all carved out by the Fraser River. During this drive, we experienced some of the steepest descents we've traveled with this big rig. She handles it well. As we drop into the Fraser River Valley, the landscape transforms again. Pine forests give way to rugged semi-desert terrain. The air is hotter, the hillsides are dry and dotted with sagebrush, bunchgrass, and scattered ponderosa pines. We follow the Fraser River as it snakes through a deep, dramatic canyon. Its silty waters glinting in the sun. The contrast of the green riverbanks with the golden rocky slopes creates a powerful visual. Highway. I said that backwards. Sea to Sky Highway. Switchback number 1. We pull off at Fountain Flats Trading Post for a much-needed fuel break. Sandy and I take a minute to check out the convenience store located in a beautiful log cabin. We continue to make our way towards Whistler Mountain.
Miles and we're trying to Provincial Park.
We continue on Highway 99. This is mile 0. This is where Highway 99 turns into the famous Sea to Sky Highway.
Sure enough.
Fraser Canyon is Fraser River is the river they're worried about flooding.
Wow, I think it's all the way down here. That's pretty impressive.
It says all the way to Hope. Welcome to Lillooet. Known as one of the hottest spots in Canada, Lillooet lies in a rugged, arid valley surrounded by steep mountains. Vineyards and orchards thrive here, framed by stark desert cliffs and the river. It feels very different from the cool plateau we left behind in Clinton. Salmon? Nope. Dang. Are they not bolted fast?
Just a little loose.
Like it, does it? Craziness.
Get up on higher ground.
We see a waterfall in the distance.
Wow, we're almost at 10,000 feet.
Wow.
That's 8,000 feet since we left the town. Big old switch back up.
Switchback number 3 for the day. Beast can handle her.
So I was wrong.
Bob says we're at 1,360 feet in elevation.
Not very high. Because we were at 3,000 for the longest time.
Oh. You're probably ready for a break from this drive day as much as we are. Okay, guys. Check back in next week when we'll continue the drive to Whistler Mountain and share the scenery with you. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And as always, Thank you for watching. God bless and have a great day.